Welcome to the Nicole Small Show, where we give you straight talk with no chaser. Here, we discuss issues from the White House to your house. And now, here's your host, Nicole Small.
Good morning and welcome to the Nicole Small Show. Sorry for the delay. Listen, guys, the show is only going to be an hour today. I didn't realize I have a 9 o'clock that I have to make it to. So it's only going to be an hour today, but I wanted to make sure that I come on and give you a few updates. Let's talk about, today is the filing. Hold on one second. I don't know where the sheet is. Okay, today is the filing deadline to run for office. Now, I don't have the official sheet of who all has actually certified since, how can I put it? So if people who filed last week, we probably won't know who certified until today, possibly, or sometime later this week. So the way that it works is today is the filing deadline for you to submit your petitions and your signatures. And then keep in mind, the 23rd is the last day for people to be able to withdraw their petitions if you want to pull out of the race. So that's one thing. So the 20th is the filing deadline. And then the 23rd is the deadline if you want to withdraw as a candidate. So that's one thing. But I do have the list of people who have been certified as of Friday. Excuse me. Who have been certified as of Friday. And I'll read that list to you. Also, I want to give you an update on the Detroit Charter Commission. So a lot of you know that we were defunded basically by at the leadership of Scott Benson. He led that effort of just like, remember when he led the effort to sabotage the whole community benefits ordinance from the mayor's office? Well, he was the leader to defund the Charter Commission, and this was last year. And what happened is he only wanted to give us $170,000 to be able to operate. Just imagine, that would include stipends, operating expenses, us paying our staff as well, $170,000. And so then the city council agreed to $300,000. Just absolutely insane for the entire commission. Well, of course, we've run out of money. Just to let you know, we've run out of money. So the city's Office of Finance Department, they found that we will be short $100 and something thousand before the end of this fiscal year, which ends the end of June. We're already going to be short $100 and something thousand. So we had to submit an amendment. Now, mind you, some of you were a part of this meeting last year when we went before council, when we found out that Benson was trying to defund us. We asked for around $1 million. They only wanted to give us $170,000. And don't forget, this is our election year. So we wanted to make sure that we could print materials, educate the community about the charter, that it was going to be on a, that it was going to be on the ballot, and that, oh yeah, I had to do that. Okay, so that it was going to be on the ballot and what was actually in the charter. So that's why we were asking for additional funding, so we can make sure we do mailers, we do printing, we do advertising. Makes sense. It's what is absolutely needed. So that's one thing. So we get to that part. They tell us, no, we get $300,000, which is a bunch of garbage. They were emphatic. City council president and everyone continuously told us that we could come back in July of last year, and we can ask for additional funding. They will revisit the issue. Well, somehow we kept asking for an opportunity to come back before council. Now, this is what we were told. It was at the committee of the whole meeting. Well, all of a sudden, nobody remembers telling us that we could come back in July, and how they've ignored our several requests. And so this year in February, we're March, when we go back before council, and we're supposedly going to discuss having our funding reinstated for this year, for this fiscal year. They want to tell us about how they're not responsible for doing that, and how, there's like, basically we don't know the process. No, you don't obviously know the process, because you've given us the runaround over and over again. So they tell us how it has to go through the mayor, the amendment. Now, keep in mind, the Home Rule City Act is clear and explicit that it is the responsibility of the legislative branch to fund us for operating expenses and our stipends. It is very clear. This is the Home Rule City Act. This is state statute, people. So they play this whole game. Not only do they only give us a couple of crumbs for the next fiscal year, which begins in July. So now we go through this whole process, and we say, okay, we're going to play this game. So we go, we meet with the deputy CFO and I forgot James George's title. So we meet with them about getting our additional funding for this year. Well, we asked for $360,000 for the education phase. Not a lot. We're going to have to mail you guys out booklets, because keep in mind, the revisions are 100 and something pages. And of course, we won't be able to give you all of that. But we did have where well, let me say this. The Home Rule City Act is clear that we have to print all of the revisions in some form. So what you received last charter, the 2012, they gave you, it looks like an entire section of the newspaper is what it looks like. The entire section of the newspaper. And so we have to print those, because we are responsible in some context for providing you before the actual election, all of the revisions. So that's a part of it. That's about $12,000 to be able to print 1,000 of those copies. And that's not a lot. In addition to that, we wanted to print 400,000 copies. Remember those booklets? Remember how Duggan sent you all of those booklets about proposal in? Well, we need to give you booklets about the charter. So we wanted to mail those out to about 400,000 people, which only makes sense because this is a citywide election. And so we needed printing for that. And we also need field organizers. Well, we asked for $360,000 for that, which is not a lot of money, and to include media ads and everything. Well, Duggan returns a response that he's going to give us $30,000. If that's not voter suppression, I don't know what is. $30,000 is what he's saying, that's all that you deserve, the people of Detroit. So don't let him fool you up here in Lansing and everything, acting like he's against voter suppression. This is a supermajority black city, and he only wants to give $30,000 in order to educate you about your charter. This is your city's constitution. And this is the type of crap that's allowed to go on in this city. This is how little he thinks of you. $30,000 doggone dollars out of 300,000. So you remember that. And I keep telling y'all, if you want better, you need to vote better this year. This needs to stop. All of this splitting of the vote for mayor, and I can't wait until we delve deeper to this conversation. Y'all need to stop being a fool. You need to stop this mess. Because this is getting out of hand. Because he gonna win again at the rate that we going. You got an attitude, you don't like this about this person, you don't like this about that person. You better build a bridge and get over it. I'm about to bring on our guest, Brenda Hill.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
The city council, Spivey not running, Lopez not running. Gabe Leland is out. Some people that we thought were gonna be in didn't get the signatures. It's a big Tuesday.
Yeah, it is. It is, and it's gonna show, who really and truly is in this to win it. I know signatures were a huge issue for quite a few people, especially during the pandemic. So I know that. And before you and I roll all of this out, let me tell you. So far, this is who I have on the list. For people who were certified. Okay, this does not mean that they did not submit signatures. This is just a list of people who were certified last year for last Friday, this past Friday, for to actually be on the ballot. So let me read this list off to everybody. So let's start with mayor. We have Maya Jones, Arthur Tyus, and Anthony Adams. And oh yeah, they've been certified for a minute now. When it comes to city clerk, we have Janice Winfrey and we have Michael Richard. Let me tell you what's interesting. Janice Winfrey submitted 681 signatures and 596 of them were certified. I keep telling people like that's a high accuracy rate, right? To be able to get some signatures. And she only got 681. So Janice she's coming to be serious. Let's see who else is going to be able to submit enough signatures. So right now I'm the only person who's certified for city council at large. No one else has submitted their signatures, but we know that will change. Yep. James Tate, City Council District 1, Roy McAllister, City Council District 2, Scott Benson, City Council District 3. District 4 has been busy, Brenda. So they have Tucson Knight, Memel Elric, and Brother Bomani. All three of them have certified for office. Then you have District 5, Mary Sheffield. District 6, Hector Santiago.
Wait. So no Coleman Jr.?
No. Well, he's supposed to be running at large, I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's supposed to be no Coleman Jr. Nowhere.
No. He's probably still gathering signatures, because I know a couple people said that he was coming to them to get their signatures. So I'm assuming if he hasn't turned them in yet, he's gonna have to turn them in by today at 5 o'clock. And then you have District 7, Regina Ross. She's filed, but I knew she filed early.
6. You didn't say 6. It's only one person.
Yeah, that's the Hector Santiago.
Yeah,
that's
Hector
who I said.
Santiago, yes.
Yeah, District 6, Hector Santiago. So then people who are actually certified on this list for police. That's Regina Ross. That's what I had said. I said Hector, then I said Regina Ross, and I was saying I knew that she had turned in signatures a long time ago.
Right.
So she had turned
in already.
Which is
Bill Davis is not in already.
No, not as of yet. And then you have city council, police commissioner. Now, I know that Angela Calloway, she's probably not on this list, but I know she did just get her letter certified. So like I said, this list is not updated, from today, and she's running in District 2. And then let's go to police commission. We have police commission District 1. I don't see anybody. Police commission Tamara Liberty Smith is supposed to be running. Lavish Williams for District 2. That brother is out here. He is serious. Lavish is.
Yeah, I saw his promotional stuff.
Yeah. Cedric Banks, District 3. He always
runs. No. Oh, Cedric Banks. Oh, no way. You know that's Prophet Cedric Banks. Oh no.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yeah. That's him. That's
That's him.
him. That's him.
Right. Oh
Um,
no. Oh no.
um,
4.
and then well, no, that's it. That's all that we have. That's actually certified. So
Okay.
we know today we'll get some more names. Um, let's start off. Let's talk about my race first. Might as well just get that out of the way.
Ooh, you
For
okay?
city council at large. We have been out here. We have been active. We'll see if Coleman comes in with his signatures and what Cynthia A. Johnson claimed that she gonna do. Here go another one. You run for office, and so we only got 5 black people in the doggone state house. And
Right.
after you been ran for everything up under the doggone sun, so now you want to try to come and run for city council. So what's gonna happen to your seat? See, this is what I'm talking about. You can't even plan to do the work that you're supposed to do. So I know you don't have no succession planning going on.
Well, I talked to
And
a state rep
mhm.
this morning, and his seat is open for city council, and that's what he said. He said he's not leaving the state house because there's only 5 black
Yeah.
people there.
So now
I mean,
Cynthia
there
want to
comes
come
a
out
time.
here. This is not the time. Absolutely not. And you want to run for city council. This has nothing to do with her running in at large because I don't care because nothing gonna stop what we doing over here. Okay,
That's
period.
right.
Either the people gonna say yes or they gonna say no. That's just the bottom line. But we have talked about this before. You
Yes.
want to come and you want to get in this race after you to worried the dog on bark off of a tree for folks to finally elect you to something. And this is when we need to be cautious of these people running around here running for everything. She done ran for clerk. She done ran for state reps every time. She always running for something. So now that you done got elected, you just now going into your second term. You want to jump out of that race and come and run for something else. Do what you said that you were going to do.
Agent behavior. That's it.
You know, just do what you said that you were going to do. Try that first. So I hope she don't even get the signatures. And that's exactly what I mean. And I said it and I meant it and I'm going to stand on it because we have had this conversation before about people getting into these doggone seats and then they want to jump ship all over the doggone place. This is the problem.
It's a lot of people. We're going to find a lot of people didn't get the signatures. And this is the problem. When we were trying to fight the good fight about these signatures in the pandemic, it was just a couple of us. And because they didn't want to tip a hand or tip the apple cart or get somebody mad at them, they didn't fight that. They couldn't
That's
get
right.
this. It's just hard to get the signatures at this time. And so they should have been petitioning and requesting that the city council jump in on this. Janice Winfrey jumps in on this. Kathy Garrett jump in on this. And Jocelyn Benson. They should have been putting pressure on them. They did not. And there's just no place to get signatures. I'm going to tell you that unless you had a real circulator out there working, several, that was going to cost money. And when Tom Barrow started offering $4 and $5, it was going to cost you a lot of money.
Yes.
To get professional circulators out here to get your signatures. And they had to have relationships with people who can get you in those places. And every signature had to be a good signature. You really don't have any room to have any bad signatures on your petition because it would be so hard to get them. And most people should have started before the last election.
Because this is not a traditional election year because we're in a pandemic. So a lot of them should have started early on. And like you said, you got people, and it's so funny. This lady wanted to argue me down on a meeting the other week talking about Tom only paid $2 for signatures. I said, look, I don't know how much he paid you, but I know what he told everybody else, and I know what he said in a text message. And that's another thing. You know, I know he's making an announcement today. Let's talk about this mayoral race. You know, all of this promotion, he's talking about he's honored that he was able to get 2,000 signatures. You didn't get that because people believed in you. You got those signatures because you paid people. And like, we need to have that kind of, like, you had to pay people in order to get those signatures. It's not like it was an overwhelming response because people were so excited about you running for mayor. And I'm just gonna tell it like it is. You know, all of this pushing and propaganda about all of this other mess, you know, oh, I'm so humbled. How you gonna be humbled and you had to pay people to get you signatures? Not just
and how many times have we had that conversation where the rich people run in and take the votes, take the signatures? That's what Shree did. That's what a number of other people did. And I've had that conversation with Tom Barrow. We've been in meetings where we had the conversation. How dare they come in and buy an election? What is this?
And if you go around, what I'm saying is go ahead and just tell the truth and shame the devil. Like, look, this is what you're doing. So you waited to the last minute, even though we've been asking you forever if you go run. And what's this whole Kirkwood Hospital piece? Who is that supposed to be? I didn't even know about a Kirkwood Hospital, okay? No, and I'm just saying, like, what does this make us look like? You know, we have asked you over and over again, and people got a right to change their mind, because I surely didn't know if this is what I had wanted to do. What I'm saying is you always come out at the last minute. And now, and the fact that we have somebody who has been in the community all this time, and he too running a campaign against Anthony Adams, and that's the part that really grinds me, is all of these people want to run against Anthony Adams instead of running against Mike Duggan. See, that makes me very suspect. It makes me very suspect, because I thought the goal was to get Mike Duggan out of the seat. So you want to run an entire campaign, and so what if you were born in Detroit? See, this is what killed me about folks who want to talk all of this stuff about, oh, you know, well, we need somebody born in Detroit. But then you want to turn around and you claim that you sing your praises for Coleman Young. Coleman Young wasn't born in Detroit. He was not born in Detroit. So make up your mind what you want. Yeah. I thought we wanted somebody who was going to be real and do the job. That's what I thought. We wanted Mike Duggan out of there. That's what I thought the goal was.
Coleman Young Sr. was not born in Detroit, but Coleman Young Jr. was born in Detroit.
And they didn't vote for him, did they?
Nope. But see,
and they didn't vote for him.
It's always against us when we use that. You weren't born in Detroit and stuff. Hell, we got all kinds of people in office that wasn't born in Detroit, and
we got all kinds of
elected and reelected.
Doing us a bit of good.
Doing us. Look at Scott Benson in 3. Not born in Detroit. He actually needs to go back to California. DUI, the highest crime district that continues to go up. The lowest amount of children in a school system. I mean, on and on. He voted. There was the architect of Proposal B. He wanted Proposal N. All the things that have gone against the people of Detroit, but yet
that's right.
He goes and he gets elected and reelected because he give out hot dogs and chips. I mean, he don't even speak to the ills of
the city, that the people suffering of the city. Absolutely
nothing. And nothing about him. He don't even say he was born. He wasn't even raised in Detroit. He wasn't even a Detroiter as an adult.
That's right.
But we allow him to just permeate amongst us and get elected and reelected, and not only that, pass the proposals that are against the people.
Yeah, over and over again.
Over and over and over again.
You know, and then you had these other people, and that's my whole thing. First of all, we know, I need to understand it. Like, this whole Kirkwood Hospital thing, I mean, I just don't understand who is doing your marketing. Who cares? What does that have to do with the issue? And you being born here at Kirkwood Hospital is not what's going to make me support you. It's just not. It has absolutely nothing to do with what we need to be talking about to address getting Mike Duggan out of office, right? But again, I want to say this whole effort of all of these people to run a campaign against Mike Duggan, you need to be careful, Detroiters, is what I'm saying, because you need to be worried about why people not running against Anthony Adams instead of Mike Duggan. That is very suspect to me.
It makes no sense. First of all, he watched us galvanize the grassroots around Anthony Adams. Why sit back and allow that to happen?
He was sitting there while we've been talking about Anthony since 2019, not just 2020. Anthony has started coming to some of those meetings since 2019, and you ain't gotta like him, and you don't have to support him. What I'm saying is, he was the first one to step out, and he said, "I'm running for office." That's what he said. Anthony said, "I'm running for office." He didn't mince his words. He didn't play no games. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna run for office." All that time, he watched us talking to him, or you didn't have nothing to say then. You didn't have one word to say about Anthony Adams. And this is my thing. If he's so bad for the doggone city, then why you didn't say nothing to us then?
And these are the hard conversations that need to be had. You know, listen, I have supported Tom on almost every initiative. I've been down there for the recounts. I've been at meetings, you know, where he put the green stick tape on people at the city council. I've been there for all of that. Love Tom Barrow for a whole host of reasons, but this is agent behavior, not just, and it's destroying grassroots. I mean, the fact that we have to say anything negative about Tom Barrow. And so now what the strategy was is that we get behind one candidate. That way we got a chance. Now you come in.
And that way we already had the momentum built during the primary. So it's easier when we get through the general election. Like, we talked about this. And where is Sharon McPhail? Where's Sharon McPhail at?
Right.
Where's Sharon McPhail?
Like you said, 2019.
You ain't seen her a whole decade before this election, and why during this campaign you haven't seen her either. Because that's what we about to get into. These folks who done did they disappearing act when they didn't get what they wanted to get out of this doggone city, and now they all want to pop up and run for everything under the sun. We're gonna talk about city council too.
But see, that's how you split the vote. Try to come in and get people's allegiances, not what's best for the city, not what's best for the community, but because you've all been friends for 10 years. I mean, you just need to call agent behavior.
That's right.
And that's agent behavior. That's agent behavior. Reggie Amos, who don't live here, is trying to orchestrate something from wherever it is that he lives at, and not doing a good job. But however, if anybody votes for Sharon McPhail, those are votes against our best interest. She's not going to win. And so you have to step up. You have to step up. Listen, I was thinking of running in District 1 because I believe I got the juice to beat James Tate. But then I heard that another candidate was running. And I know in order for me to run, there could not be any other candidates because James Tate got his, steadfast votes. And so I talked to this other candidate that said they were going to run. And they said, well, I said, nobody can have anybody running against James Tate. We can't fight each other. We can't have a split vote. Well, I'm going to run anyway. So I said,
that's the attitude. Okay. That's the attitude. That's the attitude. I'm going to run anyway. Nobody want to sit down at the table and have a conversation about how do we win and take back our political power in this city. Because you know what? Everybody want to do what they want to do, period. But then you claim you want what's best for the community. You're full of it to the brim. Period. You full of it to the brim. First of all, we going on possibly the third term with Mike Duggan, and he got the majority of support on city council and all of these pop-up doggone candidates. And we gonna go back to talking about these city council districts. Hold on for 1 second. Let's take a caller.
Stevetta Johnson.
Let's see who this is. Good morning. Welcome to Nicole Small Show. You got a question or comment?
Good morning. How you doing,
Oh.
Nicole?
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey.
Hey, Brenda. How you doing? I see you fired up like I'm fired up with these old folks in the city of Detroit, so-called folks who want Duggan out of office and these city council, but everybody want to jump into the race and split up the votes, knowing darn well they can't win. Where was all these damn, excuse my friends, where were these people that, because I'm fired up too, what was they at when we was out there fighting for all the stuff they took from us and all
Overtax. Oh, that's another thing. You right. Let me tell you something. Where was they at?
Where were they?
Sitting up here and talking about they're going to run anyway. You should have ran your butt out there when we were fighting and was trying to save a lot of stuff they took, shutting off there all this water, shutting, taking overtaxed property when we were down there raising hell when the city building was open and things. What was y'all at then? But all of a sudden you want to pop up. All these folks want to start running, talking about they don't like Anthony Adams because of this or that. Like you said, y'all fighting against Anthony Adams when y'all behind, y'all retarded behind should be fighting the one that took everything from us, sold us out, gave our money away, took money from the schools, from the kids, and gave it to the billionaires and stuff. But y'all too busy concentrating on Anthony Adams, talking about this and talking about that, but ain't none one of y'all said nothing about what Duggan been doing and still doing to us in the city of Detroit. I'm so sick and tired of black folks and things. Don't come to me asking me for my vote. If you ain't been out there in my face or in that other folks' face or at the charter commissioner meeting raising hell, don't come to me. I'm not voting for you. I'm going for my support, and I'm gonna tell you down to people I know that you ain't worthy of what you're running for. Because I'm so sick and tired of we going through the same thing every voting time, and then have the people need to get off their behind and vote and quit whining and get your thumb out your mouth or your behind and get up there and vote and get this man out of office. Duggan is the key issue, not Anthony Adam or nobody else. Duggan and these sellouts that's running, and like you said, all these people talking about running and stuff. Cynthia Johnson, stay where you at. Stay where you at. We're trying to just jump both sides.
And this what I'm gonna say about Coleman. You know what, Coleman? It amazes me how you gonna come out and run for city council at large because some people who didn't even help you when you was trying to run for mayor then geeked you up to believe that you got enough votes. See, that's another thing that killed me. You need to be careful about these people who come to you. Where was Keith Williams and the rest of them when you was running for mayor? Keith Williams didn't come and help you when you was trying to run for mayor, so you didn't let him convince you to get out here. And we ain't seen you either, Coleman. Now listen here, I supported you, all right? We ain't seen you since you lost running for mayor. You wasn't out here either. Now you're gonna pop up and now you're gonna run for city council at large, which, don't get me wrong, Coleman do have some name recognition, but I'm saying, where have you been? People that called you.
Yeah. Too much when you were running for mayor, because none of them ran up there and supported her. We was there and thinking on his team and running, all these people sold his butt out. Now all of a sudden they want to
we ain't seen you on none of these issues. Water, housing, overtaxing. We ain't seen you on none of these issues. So I hope that they gonna support you. And see, and that's another thing. We got these folks who really are agents for Duggan, who go and they pull these people in these races. And I'm saying if they gonna support you, Coleman, I hope that they gonna support you 100, because I'm skeptical about that too. Some folks who never even lifted a finger to help you, now they gonna geek you up to run for city council for a citywide position. They better have your doggone back. That's all I got to say, because we ain't seen you or them in quite some time.
And I want to say, I'm sorry, I meant to say how you doing, Brenda, because she's on the show too. I'm just so pissed off at what these folks are doing to us out here and things. And then they sit up here and try to tell us. And they ain't never been out there. I didn't get into arguments, debates. I don't argue debates. I just say that's a fool. Let me move on.
Yeah.
I don't waste my time. I don't let them rest space in my head with that foolishness, because that's what they do. So my thing is, y'all keep on doing. We gonna do what we have to do to win. But it's just so sad how our black people sit up here and keep letting this same man get in office and stuff, and then tell us they want better. We don't want better. If you want better, you'll do better.
That's right. They better vote better. They want better. They better vote better in 2021. That's all we can tell them, because it's non-negotiable this year. Either you go do it or you not.
Right, and don't cry when if you don't get out there and do nothing, then it goes the same way. Don't start whining, because I don't want to hear. I got ear stoppers in my ears. I'm not listening. And thanks. So thanks again.
All right, thank you, Kenny, for calling in.
My workout plan, I'm finna start. I just had to call in for that, because I'm just like you. I'm pissed off, so pissed off.
Yeah, because they wasting our time.
Continue to do what y'all doing. Have a good show.
All right, we will. Thank you. Well, Kenny not the only one who pissed off. I'm gonna tell you that. I've been going into these senior homes, and they tired too. And they tired too.
That stranglehold that Jewel Ware had on them is gone now, and they can think for themselves. What Kenny is, the everyday man out here in this city. And what he's saying is what everyone should be saying. We need a strategy. That's why we keep losing. And you understand this, we're losing.
We are, and you know what? We are losing our homes. We are losing a space to occupy in this city.
That's right.
All right. We are losing a lot. We are losing a lot. And I'm gonna tell you, this generation, the next generation, none of us be here to see us be able to get this back. And that's what people need to understand. We got another caller. Good morning. Did we lose her? Good morning. Welcome to the Nicole Small Show.
Good morning, Elena. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you? What's going over there, Elena, in District 6? You only had this Hector Santiago. You know, we looking for David Sanchez to have filed.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm supporting David Sanchez. I don't know Santiago, actually. And, you know, we're a pretty small community. And he did call me, because, you know, you have to call the elders, but except of course Raquel wouldn't do that. But he did call me, and I didn't know him, and he had a lot of things to say about what he would do, but it was clear that he doesn't understand the structure of the city, because he was talking about the schools, and you know, the schools are not under the city council. Yeah, and they're not supposed to be. So Hector Santiago, or whatever his name is, Santiago, I did not know him, but he was respectful, and he should not be running for a city office. I think that he is a returning citizen, and I hope he does good things. But I wanted to say this about Raquel's stuff going on. The rumor is that she's going to not run, or that she's going to run and step down, run for Stephanie Chang's seat, and she wants to get her friend Gabriela Santiago Romero.
Oh, because of, wait a minute. Oh, because of the redistricting, right?
It could be the redistricting, and you know,
I'm saying if she's going to run for Stephanie Chang's seat, because they're about to do redistricting. So I did hear that Stephanie is talking about running for something else. You might be on to something there, Elena.
Yeah, well, Stephanie can sit down and go back to the nonprofits as far as I'm concerned. And I don't care if she walks on water, because she came out of nowhere, and she was put up by Tabakman and Rashida. But we don't get to choose our own reps. Southwest Solutions chooses our reps. I'm really tired of that.
Yeah.
I'm very tired of that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right.
Sanchez, you know, David comes from the grassroots. He comes from the neighborhood, and I really appreciate that. Yeah. I also want to say that I don't appreciate that Raquel appeared with Judge Rhodes in the meetings to take over the schools. And people,
but everybody forgets that, though. This short-term memory is killing us. It's going to be the death of us. Right. Elena?
Yep. I'm telling you, and we got these elite people that don't care about Detroit public schools. They think that that's just not even relevant, and they're wrong. Yeah. They are wrong. They're arrogant, and they're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so people that didn't come out of DPS or didn't put their kids through DPS didn't have to live through emergency management. have no
But you know
concept of
what?
what it's like to have your authority stripped.
I just think that was, first of all, the writing was all on the wall. I don't care if you didn't go through DPS. If you mean to tell me that you cannot see the damage and the destruction that this whole emergency management, while it was going on, was doing to the quality of life and education for our children, and you know what, you have no business being in leadership, period. It was clear. It was too obvious. You didn't have to listen. I wasn't on the plantation as a slave, but I understand the severity of the conditions that they had to endure. So I'm not giving nobody that doggone pass to hell with that. You know, and this is the problem. But you know what? She may end up being, and this is another thing. Some of them are rewarded for their poor behavior, for their destruction of their constituents. Like, look at Santil Jenkins and people like Ken Cockrell. You know, yeah. I mean, and Gary Brown. I mean, they were definitely. First of all, I don't understand why we got to fight these folks for these seats in the first place. Spivey should be gone. He should have a lot of opportunities. We know Vincent should have a lot of opportunities. Janae should have a lot of opportunities. I mean, they've been rubber stamping. And even though Roy has only been there for one term, I mean, he's been doing a good old job of rubber stamping too. They ought to be able to go and get these $200,000 salaries. Why are you even here? You know, that's all you want to do.
Retire. They can also retire and stuff.
Well, Roy definitely can retire. He got 2 other pensions. Now, Roy can definitely retire. I agree. I don't think Janae, she doesn't have enough under her belt. I mean, Brenda can retire, and what's going on? We got to talk about that too, Brenda Hill. What's going on with Brenda Jones? I think that she's gonna run again.
I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to drop a bombshell that I heard this morning. I don't have verification yet, but I'll have it at the end of the day. Someone in District 4 that's running for city-wide had a visit from the FBI.
Oh,
how was that?
Somebody running in District 4 for citywide, so you know who that is, had a visit from the FBI. Well, he already had issues. Remember when they had him on the news about his house and everything. So
I'll find out today.
So Gabe Leland not the only one.
So they're probably not going to be running citywide either.
Well, something's going on anyway, and for him to be able to put his chief of staff on hold, I thought that was very suspect, because remember, Keith Jones was supposed to be running in District 4. So if there is anything going on in that office with the feds, that probably gave all of them pause, if that's true.
You know something else you should know too, that when they're done with you, they throw you away like yesterday.
They do. They sure do, Elena.
Give them all the sellout votes you want, and when they're done with you, here comes the FBI.
Yeah, but you know who the FBI never gets? Mike Duggan.
Oh. Yeah.
If Duggan is so much like Trump, it is unbelievable. Everybody who deal with Trump end up going to jail. And if you deal with Duggan, you know what happened. And I hate to say it, you end up either under investigation or you die. Them the only 2 choices that you have. Because I don't care. All these folks who been dealing with Duggan, they been dying, or either the feds come after you. They better quit playing with him. I'm telling you, he pure evil. Thank you, Elena, for calling in. We appreciate your call. Bye-bye.
Well, District 6 is a big issue because they got downtown.
Yes.
They get all that money, or Corktown, northern, southwest Detroit, and now Delray. I mean, that's a powerful position, and for nobody to really see it coming outside of maybe a week ago.
Yeah. Something is definitely going on. Hold on, we got another caller.
Okay.
Good morning. Welcome to the Nicole Small Show. You got a question or comment?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
It's my girl, Stavetta.
Stavetta?
Hi. Good morning, Nicole.
Hey.
Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
Good. How you feel today?
All right. I said, I hear y'all talking about the Uncle Towns this morning.
It's enough of them.
It is,
is enough of them. But I just want to say the whole thing is, where has all these folks been?
Yeah.
Where have they been? Just like, what is it? I see scrolling on your line since she was on the talk show. Even the other one with Maurice Badgett. Now, first of all, Maurice Badgett and Tom Barrow, they all was in the same organization. Wasn't they, Brenda Hill?
Yep.
And now all of a sudden they decide to run for mayor?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Well,
What's up with this?
Well, I want to see if Maurice gonna get his signature, because Maurice don't have $5 to pay nobody. So we gonna see how that work out. But I'm with you though, Stevetta. I'm with you. But and you know what? People need to be skeptical about Maurice. He always coming in, but he can't get 5 people. But he always coming in with all of this mess, you know, about who need to run for what. And if you look at who he support, he rarely ever support the people who are for the people too. Maurice Badgett is another one who keep up a bunch of mess all the doggone time. He another one.
And you remember back when Snyder had that office on Jefferson.
You don't hear from him in between the time of the election. And plus, where have these people been, like you said, last year before the city even closed down?
Yep.
How come Tom Burrows wasn't at the meeting? Okay.
Because he was doing taxes, and that's another thing. That's probably what he gonna tell people about why he came out so late. So if your business is gonna prevent you from being able to be out here to tell people that you go run, isn't that alarming as well? I just, you know what, I don't like it. He did this listen, he would have ran against Coleman Young if grassroots wouldn't have put their foot down. He was going to do the same thing at the last minute. But grassroots put their foot down and they said they wasn't buying it. And I think that Tom knew that he could not survive after he done ran against Coleman Young Sr. He done made disparaging comments about Coleman Young Sr. But you know, y'all forget that too. He knew he couldn't survive and run against Coleman Young Jr. because we wasn't buying it. Now, we wasn't going to buy that. We didn't care. He knew he didn't stand a chance for his base. But what he doesn't realize is that it's a lot of people who have supported him who are already supporting Anthony Adams.
That's the problem.
But we came to Tom first.
Yep. And Tom, if he wanted to run this time, he could have ran for clerk and won. Why isn't he over there? He could have won. Everybody would have supported him.
I was just going to ask you all, why didn't he run for clerk?
I don't know. I personally asked him. I asked him, and I almost begged him, listen, you can run for clerk, and then we can, if you don't want to stay Tom, this is what I told him. I said, we could get somebody else to be your deputy clerk. You groom them for 4 years, and then we can run them the next time if you don't want to stay. You know, it's like he thinks that this is beneath him. And that's the whole thing. It's the most powerful position. Thank you, Stevetta. I got to get this next caller.
Okay.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to the Nicole Small Show.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, TJ.
How y'all doing this morning?
Fired up.
TJ, you got a place. I'm so proud.
You know, it's really funny. I'm just gonna be very honest with you. I was reading an article this morning, about the city charter, and I want to know where is all these people that's running for a position on the city council and city clerk? Where were they at when they was putting this together?
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna be a part of something, you should know the groundwork of what you're being a part of.
That's right. That's right.
So I have an issue with people running for half and disrespect. I ain't seen nobody. I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth. Ain't nobody been over here on my end at all. Canvassing, passing out flyers. I ain't seen no literature up and down Warren. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
That's a problem for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's a problem that people go to their little concentrated areas and get signatures, but you ain't talk to the people all in your district at all.
Well, I tell you what,
on this end to Ford Road at all.
Well, I'm gonna say this: if this is April the 20th, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if somebody don't already have a plan for their ground game, they gonna struggle. They are going to struggle. First of all, I do believe pandemic part of it, you know what I mean, that there's going to be people who are going to be hesitant to get out there and to help support you. But at the same time, you have to have that plan already in place, or you should be right now, you should be cultivating that plan for what you're going to do for your ground game. Because to your point, TJ, and we just talked about this on my Zoom call yesterday, District 7 is a big district.
Yes,
See, people don't realize it because it's not one of the highest voting districts. But when you look at the composition, the makeup of that district, that's a large district, District 7. And so somebody gonna have to have a strong ground game. And I'm gonna tell you, if you don't have a team of people already behind you, you're gonna struggle.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm not voting for nobody who ain't did the job we elected them to do the first time.
Oh!
I'm not voting for you. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much I like you. If you ain't did what we elected you to do the first time, which is a lot of them, not just including District 7, a lot of them.
Yeah.
What are we voting for you now for?
Yeah. Yeah.
And as far as Cynthia Johnson, she sit on one of the committees as vice chair for MDOC.
Yep.
Where a majority of our Black youth and men are incarcerated.
Yep.
And you mean to tell me you trying to lead there and come down here? You got people up there dying.
Yes.
They gave them the Johnson vaccinations up there. You got people up there sick as hell that ain't nobody talking about.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You sit
and what has she been the advocate for?
Talking about everything else but what we elected you to do.
That's right.
Now you want to come down here talking about you could do better down here. Well, majority of our men are up there.
That's right. That's right.
So you mean to tell me you gonna come back down here to talk about you ain't because you can do better? You ain't do nothing down here.
Nope.
Let alone talking about up there.
Nope.
Stay in your place. You learned it the first time. Stay in your place. That's what she need to be.
Yeah.
And if you can't do nothing there, then you shouldn't be sitting down at all, nowhere.
No, because what advocacy work has she done in her first term? No. And now in your second term, now that you get this, you know what, they just using people for a paycheck. And that's another thing that we need to be clear about. How many of these people just using you for a paycheck? They have no intentions on doing any work. And she's like, this is my thing. You can't be the cowardly lion and think that you're going to find your voice at my expense, okay? If I haven't heard you out there saying anything in the first place and you don't have no real solutions to the problem, don't come telling me, oh, well, you know I'm this and I know. No, I do know. I know that you wasn't doing nothing before, and I'd be damned if you gonna use me to think that you go come in here and get another paycheck to do something. Now, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. They
need to have a gathering at TULC so we can tell all these people off at one time.
Yeah, you know what, you're right. That's right.
So we all need to come together so we can have a conversation because this is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
It is beyond comical.
Yeah.
It's beyond comical to watch this. Like Tom Barrow, you sat up with us 2 summers.
Yep.
And then open your mouth.
Just say a word.
So now I feel some type of way that you was just sitting there using us, you know what I'm saying, trying to get information. And then here you come out the blue with some bull crap. Come on, man.
Yeah. And the way that he doing it. And the way that he doing it. And I don't understand him, like, so who cares that you was born in Kirkwood Hospital? And as long as you've been around us, you think that that's what's gonna get us intrigued in order to support you? Like, that's crazy.
Everybody under 50 don't know what the hell you talking about.
Nope. Because I sure didn't know, and I was like, is that a new hospital through Beaumont? So I mean, I'm just saying, what difference do that make? And I'm gonna tell you, I've been talking to these seniors, and if he think that that's gonna be the catch-all, he got another thing coming. But thank you, TJ, for. Nope, they already made up their mind too.
They remember the stuff with Coleman Young and him.
Yeah.
They remember that.
Yes, they do.
You know, and vividly, I can remember my grandma said, "Oh hell no!" They remember about the boat incident.
Yeah. Yeah.
They said he was exonerated. I'm not really sure because I ain't even went into detail, but they remember that for you to even be accused of something.
Yeah.
They remember that.
Well, for you to have so much to say about somebody else's behavior is the part that killed me. Like, you need to be talking about Duggan. You know what I mean? Like, he really needs to be talking about Duggan and staying focused on it. I'm not fooling with nobody who not going to keep their eye on the prize. If you can't stay focused as a candidate, I know you're going to be easily distracted if you win. Period. That's just the bottom line. If you can't stay focused as a candidate,
you think somebody's snooty and fruity now?
Yep.
Go on in there and put them in there and watch how they black people get divided equally.
Oh man. All right, TJ. Thank you so much for calling. All right, you too.
You too. It's agent behavior. And you know, I can't say you an agent because I didn't see money exchange hands, but that's agent behavior, and I hope you're getting paid to do it. It just makes no sense, and we have to think beyond ourselves. I'm gonna jump over to the clerk's race. I went to Janice Winfrey's house 10 times, me and a number of people, 10 times.
Yeah.
Wait, now you see that everybody going to people's houses now, right?
Yeah.
They don't say thank you, Brenda Hill, but okay.
They forget. They forget who started it, right? They forget who started it.
And they was worried about grass and stuff. You know, though Janice Winfrey and them turned the water on us and brought the dogs out on us. That wasn't enough. But I never saw them. They didn't show up one time. Now, and what I say about the clerk's race, because I'm the one who brought Janice Winfrey to her knees. You should.
Well, we gonna talk about those people too who had something to say about. Let's take this caller. Good morning. Welcome to the Nicole Small Show.
Hello.
Hey, go ahead, Lori.
Hey, Lori.
I was calling because you know about Keith. What's his name? Keith Williams.
Keith Williams.
I was talking about him. Yes, you know when we were over there at Janice Winfrey's house.
Yeah.
He came over there like he was a big boss man, their security guard or something like that. He stood in the middle of the damn sidewalk, excuse me.
Yes.
And said, "Why are y'all over here?" He must not know the remedies for making people held accountable.
That's right.
We go to their house. They ain't gonna work, so we had to go to their house.
That's right.
Everybody was under lockdown.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They talked about Coleman Young like a dog.
Didn't they?
While he was running.
Didn't they?
He's
Didn't
a
they?
mama's boy. He eat too much. He had mustard on his tie. All of those issues came up. Not once did I hear Keith Johnson or any of them.
Remember, Keith Williams. Remember Keith Williams. Keith Williams wasn't sent. Hold on, Lori. Wait a minute, Lori.
How's she going?
Like the cowardly doggone.
No, wait a minute. Remember when we asked Keith Williams to sign Coleman Young petition up there in 1917, and remember Keith Williams wouldn't sign? No, he was up there. No, we saw Al Williams that day, but remember we were talking to Al about how Keith wouldn't sign Coleman Young petition. Don't you remember that? Keith Williams wouldn't even sign Coleman Young petition to run for mayor. But you gonna let him convince you that he gonna support you to run for city council. Get out of here.
They all need to go sit down. I want to get them on like Steve.
TJ.
Get all their butts right down there at the GULC once we get it back together.
Yes.
You know, because they all stole the money.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have a place to sit.
Yep.
To negotiate and bring people in and tell them, no, it ain't your turn. We want to do it this way. That's what the TULC was all about.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't have it no more. They even took the pictures off the wall so that we could not memorize what went on before.
That's right.
Before we got in power. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for taking my call.
Thank you.
Go in here to work.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
And Lori is absolutely right. What Keith did there and on some phone calls is unconscionable.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
And we have to remember that. And so what I was saying was, since I'm the one who brought Janice Winfrey to her knees, you would think that the people who try to run would at least made me a call. Brenda, you thinking of running and shit, right? I mean, and stuff, right? None of that. Not that I'm the queen of all things, everything, but this is why we can't win. Because somebody who ran for office didn't get 400 votes, didn't even win on their own block. It's running.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't even have a base. You got to build that.
Right.
You think you're going to do that in 6 months? That's not how it goes.
It's not how it goes. And I don't think people understand what it's going to take to run. I mean, these elections, you're going to have to be out here. You know what I mean? Listen, let me tell you something. These folks already and listen, when you go, because they haven't been touched in so long, I'm gonna tell you, they're not gonna let you just walk away in 2 to 3 minutes. Okay,
Right.
they
That's
gonna
right.
hold you there, and they gonna get everything out that they've been wanting to say, because nobody has actually been around there to actually be able to talk to them. And so
And
that's
the political
the issue
landscape
in
has
this show.
changed. The
Yes,
political landscape has changed with a few deaths. You know,
yes,
where that maybe you could talk to one person and feel like they will tell other people what this
yeah,
conversation was. Ray Solomon and Abana are gone now. So
yes.
we don't,
That's a huge
and
loss.
you're aware. And
Yep.
you're aware. So those folks that crossed several lines of politics are no longer around.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have your conversation with almost every individual.
That's right.
And
That's right. In order to get them, and these people are, I'm gonna tell you something. People talking and stuff. I don't think that it's gonna be a huge uptick in the election and the turnout this year. I don't. Just based on like what I've heard, maybe that'll change during the summer. But I am not feeling it right now from the conversations that we have been having with people around this election.
well,
And
the Republicans are trying to pass laws so there will be no drop boxes in the neighborhoods.
yeah,
You're going to have to request your absentee ballot. You will have to maybe find out you don't have a polling location the day before. But also these variants of the coronavirus are so insidious that just being in a space with people, even standing in line outside, may be detrimental to your health.
And a lot of people, they're going to be very cautious of that. I agree. And you have to factor all of that in.
Yes,
you have to factor all of that into your game plan.
And if you're not, you need to get out of the way. I mean, even if
they got into the 23rd. So they got into the 23rd to step down.
A lot of people.
Yep. Hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have some more numbers. So we have to cut the show short. So I think that what we'll do is, Brenda, we probably need to come back Thursday and have another show. That's what we need to do. So instead of waiting until Monday, we probably need to come back Thursday or something, at least do another hour, because we need to talk about who's actually filed or whatever. And then Monday we can do a show. We can actually bring some candidates on here and talk to them. We did want to do we wanted to do the clerks platform this Saturday on the 23rd, but I mean the 24th, but the problem is that you have until the 23rd to withdraw your name. So we're going to move that city clerk platform back. We need to see who all is actually going to make the list. I thought by now we would have had more people certified. So let's see what's what. And I think Kendra should be certified too. I just thought about that. I could have swore that I had saw her name. Yeah, I had wanted to. I wanted to make sure I had. I thought I had saw her name. So we'll have more. We'll have a stronger list too of people who are actually certified by now. So we'll bring that back. We'll bring that back to the table. So let's look to have the conversation on Thursday, and let's finish this up at least for an hour, because I don't think we can afford to wait until next Monday. Okay. So we'll do it at 8 o'clock on Thursday.
Have a great day, everyone.
All right. Everybody be safe.